Hi everyone, let's start our class today. So we were discussing inequalities, okay, and we have solved some of the problems based on inequalities. Hopefully everyone can listen me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you try to solve problems on inequalities? Because we have kind of covered all the topics in inequalities. Okay, there is nothing much to be done here. What we can do is we can just solve some of the problems based on word problems. What we can say. Okay, so let's come to miscellaneous examples and let's try to solve problem number, let's say, miscellaneous exercise on chapter 6, exercise. Let's solve question number 4. Okay, so question number 4. All right, just a minute. Okay, so question number 4, it says negative 15 is lesser than 3 times of x minus 2 upon 5, which is lesser than or equal to 0. Find all the values of x. That means finds the domain of x. Find it out. How are we going to do that? See, this condition, when the equality is written like this, okay, when the inequalities are written like that, that means you have and condition. Okay, and in and condition, what we use intersection, right? Isn't it? So first you solve these two, then you solve these two, and take the intersection for x. Solve it. So you done? You got the answer? So first we are going to solve negative 15 should be lesser than 3 times of x minus 2 upon 5. Okay, so let's multiply 5 both sides. So what we are going to get in the left hand side? Negative 75 is lesser than 3 times of x minus 2. Now let's divide it by 3. So what we are going to get? 75 upon 3. How much we'll get? Negative 25, right? Should be lesser than x minus 2. Now let's add 2 both sides. What we are going to get? So if we add 2, you'll get minus 23 lesser than x, right? Isn't it? That means x should be greater than negative 23. All right. So let's
Sir,
represent that on the number line. Yeah, tell me.
sir, what about the other lesser or equal to 0, sir? The other
Yeah, yeah,
inequality.
yeah. Yeah, of course, we are going to solve that. First, we are writing this one.
Yes, sir.
So minus 23. So 23, negative 23 is our critical point, and x must be greater than that. That means we are going to use a hollow circle here to represent it, that we are not excluding the value of negative 23. So this is the required reason here. Okay. Now, there is one more condition given, right? So next condition is 3 times of x minus 2 upon 5 must be lesser than or equal to 0. If you multiply both side by 5 and divide both side by 3, okay, so let's first multiply both side by 5. What you are going to get? 3 times of x minus 2 should be lesser than or equal to 0. Yeah, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Now we are dividing both side by 3. So what we'll get? X minus 2 should be lesser than or equal to 0. Sorry, because 0 upon 3 is 0, right? So x,
Yes, sir.
if you add 2 both side, we'll get x should be lesser than or equal to 2, right? 0 plus 2 is 2. That means we are getting, so 2 is the critical point here. 2 is the critical point, and see there is the equality sign here, right? Equality sign. So we are going to use a solid circle here. Okay, Solid circle and lesser than, that means all the value to the left side, these values. Okay, so here you'll write x belongs to -23 to infinity and both with open brackets. Here we are going to write x belongs to -infinity to 2. With -infinity it's open bracket, and with 2 it is closed bracket. Now we are going to take intersection of these two. Okay, so if you take intersection of these two, you can write x belongs to -23 to infinity. Okay, intersection -infinity to 2. Okay, so I'll just show you the complete solution, how to write it. So on number line we can write it -23, and somewhere around here it is 2. So the values are something like this. Okay, and let's represent it by yellow color. This is open bracket, and to this side. So the common part is -23 to 2, right? So we'll write the final answer as x belongs to -23 to 2. In 2 we have a closed bracket, and in 23 we have open bracket. Understood? Understood? Yes or no? That's how we are going to solve inequality.
Understood, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's easy, right? We are just doing it
Yes.
twice and we are taking the intersection. All right, because in this means and statement, right? And statement means intersection, right? Okay, solve solve question number 6. That is 7 should be lesser than or equal to 3x plus 11 upon 2 should be lesser than equal to 11. It's kind of similar problem, right? Hopefully you're done. So first
Yes,
one,
sir.
7 should be lesser than or equal to 3x plus 11 upon 2. Now if you multiply 2 both sides, you'll get 14 should be lesser than equal to 3x plus 11. Subtracting 11 both sides, you'll get 3 should be lesser than or equal to 3x. Now divide by 3 both sides, we'll get 1 should be lesser than equal to x. That means x belongs to 1 to infinity, right? That's the solution we are getting. Okay, you can represent that on number line, of course. Okay, well, later we'll represent it. Okay, now the second one, it says 3x plus 11 upon 2 should be lesser than or equal to 11. Now if you multiply both sides by 2, you'll get 3x plus 11 should be lesser than equal to 22. So 3x should be lesser than equal to 11. Now x should be lesser than equal to 11 upon 3. Okay, that means x belongs to -infinity to 11 upon 3. Okay, and we'll be using closed bracket because equality sign is there, right? Okay, now let's represent this both on the number line. Okay, let's represent it. So we have two critical points, 1 and 11 upon 3. Now this is the first one. It says 1 to infinity. Okay, and it's a closed bracket. So we'll use dark circle or a solid circle to represent it. Okay, so this one, the first solution. And the second solution that we're getting is -infinity to 11 by 3. And both, this is also closed bracket. This side. So which is the common part we are getting? So the common part is x belongs to 1 to 11 upon 3. Both with closed bracket. That means we are including the value of 1 as well as 11 upon 3. Same question is from 7 to 10, 7 to 10 and 1. That means from 1 to 10, all questions are similar, I mean. And similarly, you can represent that on the number line, right? That's what question number 7 to 10 says, to represent it on the number line. Let's go back. Let's solve some of this. What? Word problems. Okay. So word problems, we have seen some of the word problems, but let's solve some of the miscellaneous word problems. Now the question is, in an experiment, a solution of hydrochloric acid is to be kept between 30 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. 35 degrees Celsius, 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. What is the range of temperature in degree Fahrenheit if conversion of formula for is given? Okay, so C is equal to, we know, 9 upon 5, sorry, 5 upon 9 it is. 5 upon 9 times of F minus 32. Okay, so that's the conversion of degree Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. All right. Right, so we know this thing. Now, see, according to the given problem, it says it has to be between 30 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, that means it's really simple. Degrees Celsius, that means the temperature should be greater than 30 degrees Celsius and should be lesser than what? It should be lesser than 35 degrees Celsius. Not equal to, it is just lesser than. Okay. It's true. Okay. That means it says, according to the problem, let's formulate it, 30 should be lesser than. Now temperature is in degree Celsius. So degree Celsius, the measurement is 5 upon 9 F minus 32. Okay, so that is in degree Kelvin, 35. Okay, you can write the degrees if you want, but I don't feel a need of it. So it's similar, right? You solve both separately. Okay, so let's solve both separately. We can solve both together as well. Okay, both together also can be solved. Like, let's multiply throughout by 9. So 30 into 9 should be lesser than 5 into Fahrenheit minus 32 into 9 upon 9 should be lesser than 35 into 9. See, we can solve the equation, all together. I just think that this is the easier way to solve it, or the simpler way to solve it. Okay, there is a very less chance that we'll commit a mistake here. But here, while solving it all together, the probability is more of committing a mistake. Okay, so that's the reason. Now this will be 30, so this will be 270, right? 270 times, sorry. Yeah, 270, okay, should be lesser than 5 upon 5 into F minus 32 should be lesser than 35 into 9 is how much? Anyone please tell me? 315, I guess. Okay, now let's divide all throughout by 5. So what we can write, 270 by 5 should be lesser than F minus 32 should be lesser than 315 upon 5, right? It is actually 5 divided by 5. So this 2 will get cancelled like here. So 270 upon 5 is how much? That is 54, should be lesser than F minus 32 should be lesser than, and 35, so 6 and okay, 63. All right. Right. Now just add 32 throughout. So 54 plus 32 should be lesser than F minus 32 plus 32 should be lesser than 63 plus 32. So we are getting F should be greater than, sorry, F should be greater than, the sum will be 86, and here the sum will be how much? 63 plus 95. Okay, so in degree Fahrenheit, the temperature, see, in degree Celsius, the temperature, the range of temperature is already known. So in degree Fahrenheit, the temperature range is this, 86 to 95 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Understood? Yeah. So you
Yes,
just
sir.
need to formulate this. Okay. You just need to write the words uh, into equations. That's it. Now let's solve another one. A manufacturer has 600 liter of a 12% solution of acid. Okay. So this is question number 20. Example. Okay. So a manufacturer has 600 liters of 12% of acid. How many liters of a 30% acid solution must be added to it so that the acid content in the resulting mixture will be more than 15% but less than 18%? Okay, so the range is given again, 15% to 18%. Okay, now this we need to form, and how much quantity we have? 600 liter. Okay, 600 liter. So 12%, sorry, 12% of 600 liter of solution of acid. Okay, so this is what is given. Now, okay, how we should proceed with this? A manufacturer has 600 liter of 12% solution of acid. How many liters of okay? So first we have to assume, right, that acid solution that is required. So let X be the, usually we take X or Y, whatever variable you want, you can take it. So let X be X liter of 30% acid to be added. Okay, then the total mixture will become what? X plus 600. So according to the problem, according ATQ, according to the question, 30% of X plus 12% of 600 should be greater than 15% of X plus 600, right? That's what it says, right? So total mixture here, it will become, this is total mixture. It will become what? X plus 600, because we have assumed X liter of 30% acid solution is to be required or to be added. Okay, and it should be lesser than 18% of X plus 600. Okay, so write it all together, or you can solve it separately also. So 30% of X, how do you write? 30 into X upon 100, right? Plus 12% of 600 is 12 into 600 upon 100, should be greater than 15% of. So 15 upon 100 into X plus 600. Solve it. Solve this one. Another one is, it is greater than and it should be lesser than 18 upon 100 times X plus 600, right? 30X upon. So solve these two equations. And let's find the range of X. Okay, we don't no need to do this. We just multiply 100 throughout, right? So this 100 and these hundreds will get cancelled, right? So 30X plus 12 into 600 should be lesser than, should be greater than 15X plus 6 into 15. So let's write 30X plus 6 into 12 is 72. 100 should, now that you know how to do it, right? X 15X plus 15 into 6, 9, 90. Okay, so this and 30X plus 7200 should be lesser than 18x plus, okay, that means 15x should be greater than 1800 and 12x should be lesser than 3600. Okay, that means we are getting the value of x. X should be greater than 120 and it should be lesser than 300. Okay. See, read the question again. A manufacturer has 600 liter of 12% solution of acid. Okay, so 12% solution of acid of 600 liter of acid it has already has. How many liter of a 30% acid solution must be added to it? Means how many liters of 30% of acid solution must be added to it so that the acid content in the resulting mixture. Okay, now we are adding another 30%. Okay, so total will become means and now what we are, so 30% plus the value, the plus the 12% of x, whatever it is having, right? So 30% of x we are adding, plus already we have 12% of 600 liter, right? So and that's why it should be greater than 15% of the total mixture, right? So, and the total mixture is x we are adding, and 600 we already had, so it will be x plus 600, and it should be lesser than 18%. So from there we get that x must be lesser than 300 and it should be greater than 120. Okay, so 120 liter to 300 liter must be added. Solve question number 11. It is of exercise. It is exactly same. See, it's exactly same that we have done this problem, similar to this. Solve question number 11 of exercise. A solution is to be kept between 68 degrees Fahrenheit and it should be 68 and 77 degree Fahrenheit. And we know degree Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5 times of degree Celsius plus 32 degrees, plus 32 whatever. So just solve it and find in degree Celsius. Got it? Just substitute this temperature here. Temperature in degree Fahrenheit it is given. So 68 should be lesser than 9 by 5 times of degree Celsius plus 32 should be lesser than 77. Subtract both side by 32. How much you are getting? So here you'll get 35. 9 by 5 C. Here you'll get 45. Now you multiply both side by 5. How much you get? Here you will get 175. Should be lesser than 9 times of C. Should be lesser than 525 to 225. I think it is correct. Let me know if it is wrong. So degree Celsius, the temperature in degree Celsius should be lesser than upon 9 and it should be, sorry, greater than 175 upon 9 and lesser than 225 upon 9. Okay, anybody got the answer? Okay, solve question number 12. Solve question number 12 of exercise. So question number 12 says a solution of 8% boric acid is to be diluted by adding a 2% boric acid solution to it. Okay, so 8% of boric acid can be diluted by adding 2% of boric acid solution. Okay, then resulting mixture is to be more than 4% but less than 6%. Okay, so whatever the resulting mixture is, it should be the mixture should be greater than 4% and it should be less than 6% of boric acid. Okay, if there are now the quantity is given, so 640 liter is there, 640 liter of 8% solution. Okay, 640 liter of 8% solution is given. How many liters of 2% solution will be required? Because we are adding 2%, right? So 8%, 640 liter of 8% of boric acid is there. So for that we need to find 2 liter of how many liters of 2% of boric acid is required, right? How we are going to proceed for this? First, again, we'll assume means X liter, let's say whatever we are about to find or whatever we are supposed to find, let's assume it with some variable. So let's say X is the variable that we are looking for. So X liter of 2%, right? That's what we needed to find out. So X liter of 2% solution, let's say boric acid solution. Okay, A is to be added. That's what we need to find out. So what will be the net volume? Okay, so total volume or net volume, let's write total volume. It will be X plus 640 liter, because already we had 640 liter, right? So now we'll have X plus 640 liter. Okay, so we need to find 8% of this, right? 8% of 640 liter. 8% of 640 liter will be 640 into 8, because 8% of boric acid is added, right? I mean 8% of solution is there, right? It is being diluted. 8% is being diluted with 2% of boric acid solution. So 8% of 640 is how much? Upon 100. That's how we are going to write it. This much liter, right? Now 2% of this will be added. So 2% of X liter will be how much? X into 2 upon 100, right? Liter. So net total volume will become what? Total volume, it will be this will just add this 640 into 8 upon 100 plus 2 times of X upon 100, these many liter. Okay, very good. Now what? Now it is given that it should be less than 4% of the total solution and greater than 4% and less than 6%. So 4%, how you will write 4% of the total solution? 4% into 640 plus X, right? Should be lesser than this value. 640 into 8 upon 100 plus 2X upon 100, and it should be less than 6%. So 6 upon 100 of 640 plus X, right? Now just solve this equation. Solve this equation and find the answer. You understood the problem? Is there any doubt in understanding this problem? See, it in the problem it is saying no, how many liters of 2% solution will have to be used. So we don't know that. So let's assume that it is X liter. Now if you add X liter in total, so it will become 640 liter we already had. So it will become X plus 640 liter. Now it's being said that 8% of 640 liter of boric acid is diluted, right? So how much is being diluted? So we are finding in liter. So 640 into x into 8 upon 100. That is the solution of boric acid, right? And 2% is being added. So 2% of x, we are adding x into it. So 2% of x. So total will become the summation of these two. Now now it is said that 4%. What it says, the resulting mixture is to be more than 4%. So whatever the resulting mixture, that means the quantity that we are adding, this complete, it should be greater than 4% of the total. This is the total. So it should be greater than 4% of the total mixture. So this is the total mixture, right? Total volume. After mixing, this is the total volume. So 4% of this should be greater than 4% of this, and this should be less than 6% of this. So that's what we have written here, right? 6% of this. Now solve it and tell me what's the value of x we are getting. See, 100 is there everywhere, so we can just remove 100, 100, 100 everywhere, from everywhere. Now just solve this one. How much we are getting? So if you solve this, so we'll get x should be lesser than 1280 and x should be greater than 320. These are the two solutions that we are getting. That means x belongs to, that means x should be greater than 320 and it should be lesser than 1280. Okay, this many later. All right, that means this is the range of x. These many liter of x should be, that means the solution must be added. 2% solution must be added. Okay, so that's the range of x we are getting. So hopefully you can solve all the problems based on this chapter. Okay, we have done almost all the problems. All types of graphical representation, we have already done it, and how to represent it on xy plane, right? So the value is greater than or lesser than. If you have the inequality sign, and there is no equality sign, then we'll draw the dotted line. If there is equality sign, we'll draw a solid line. That's it. That's the difference. That's how we are going to represent in a 2D graph that we have solved in previous class, right? So in the previous class, we can see we have solved these type of problems, and mostly these type of problems will be asked in the in your exam. Okay. Okay. So the next chapter is statistics. Okay, and let's solve let's go to statistics. New chapter will be starting. Okay. Statistics. Okay, so statistics it's kind of really important chapter. All the chapters are important, of course, to understand. See, statistics, we use it in our everyday life. Okay, it's mostly, it is composed of data, how we analyze data. Okay, what are the methods that can be used, and mostly we always depend on statistics, the economic theory, or the geographical data, whatever data we collect for the climate change, everything, all are means literally collection of data. Okay, so all related to data. Okay, so the more data that we have, the more accurate solution we can give. And that's why we now have a course called data science, right? Soon enough it will be added to your schools. So to understand that, statistics is really important. Let's say you have certain number of plants in your garden, or let's say you have 4 cousins and their heights are like, two of your cousins are, let's say one of your cousin is 4 feet tall, some is 5 feet, Some of them maybe 5.5 feet, or let's use integer number. So let's say 5 feet, and another one is 6 feet tall. Okay, 6 feet tall. So how do we measure statistics? What do you mean when we say statistics? It's like we are giving some, we are trying to summarize it in a single word. Okay, how to tell these data? Like if somebody is asking you a problem that what's the height of your cousin, means like let's say the average height. So means obviously we cannot say one is this, one is that, and all. We don't say that. Okay, I mean, if we have not just the height of a cousin, or that means it can be anything, like the height of plants in your garden. Okay, so some plant can be like 3 feet tall, some can be 1 foot tall, some can be 4 feet tall, right? So what is the average height? So whenever we somebody asks you in a single word, or if you want to answer your these type of problems in a single word, that means a certain things comes into your mind, and that is your average. Okay, average, that means mostly it's not that just the arithmetic mean, it's just the meaning is central value. Central value. And in statistics, we are going to understand how which methods we are going to follow to calculate the central values. Okay, so mostly we depend on this. So three of the most common central values that we will study is mean, median, okay, mean, median, and mode. Okay, now what is mean? Mean is just simply, as of now, what we are going to see is simply the average height of all of the four people, or all the four-person. So we are going to add 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 upon 4, because there are four number of people there. How much we are getting? So 5 plus 5 is 10, and 10 20 upon 4. So 5 feet is the average height, okay, of your cousin. Now what is median? So to find median, we are going to arrange it uh, in in ascending or descending order. So let's say ascending order. So 4, 5, 5, 6. Now we are going to find median. We are going to find the central value, literally the value that is in the middle by number. Okay, so from here, if you check that 5 and these two both fives are in the middle, right? So we'll say the median is 5 feet. So all these represent a central value. Now the mode is relatively easy, right? It is always easy, but we always tend to pay a little less attention to mode. Okay, so mode of this number, mode just means most frequent value. Most frequent value. So here we see that 4, 5, 5, 6. Now 4 is only one time, 5 appears twice, right? 5 appears twice, and 6 is also only one time. So the mode is also 5 of this data, this particular data. Mode is also 5. Okay, so mode is the most common value, is the most frequently appearing value. Median is the central value, and median is literally the value that is in the middle. So that means if we have 4 data points here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for a 4 data point or a even data point, there will be 2 medians. Okay, for even data point, we have 2 medians. We have 2 medians. And for mode, if you'll see, for mode, if all the values appear only once, if all the values appear only once, that means the mode will be 0. There is no mode. Okay, we don't write mode is 0, but rather no mode. Okay, there is no mode of this data. Mode is not defined. No mode. Okay, and mean is just right now, as of now, we'll be studying as arithmetic mean. We'll add all the data points and we'll find the mean. And we will divide it by the number of data points. So adding, let me write arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Okay, understood? So I'll be giving you a few of the data points and you tell me what is the mean, what is the median, and what is the mode of the data. Okay, so let's say we have some data points, let's say 12, 3, 18, 17, 4, 9, 18, 2, 3. Tell me what is the mean of this data. Tell me the mean, median, and mode. Yeah, anybody would like to answer? Anyone? How do we find mean? It's just the arithmetic sum. Yeah, how arithmetic mean? How do you find arithmetic mean? Anybody is there online? Yes, Sri Hari. Hari
Mean,
Raghav. Yeah.
mean is sum of all terms by number of terms, sir.
Yeah, find out mean, median, and mode. Find out fast. So just sum it. How you'll write? So 12 plus 3 plus 18 plus 17 plus 4 plus 9 plus 18 plus 2 plus 3. And how many data points we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is divided by 9. How much we are getting? Anybody? So 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 18 will be 33 plus 17, 33 plus 17 is 50 plus 4, 54, 54 plus 9, 54 plus 9 will be 63, 73, 81, 82, 86, right? 86 upon 9, I suppose, if I have calculated it correctly. Check if that is correct. See, I can be wrong, so please check it if I'm correct. It is correct. How much we are getting? Yeah, so mean will be 9.5, let's say 5 repeating. So 9.5 cap. Now, how do we find the median? So to find median, first we will arrange it into the ascending order. So let's say the smallest number is 2. Now the larger than 2 is 3. Then 3 again is the larger number. 3 is twice. Now 4, then 9, 4, 9, then we have 12, we have 17, we have 18 two times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now what is the middle what is the middle data? What is the middle number you can observe? Okay, so now these are odd number of terms, right? Odd number of terms. So the middle one, it is relatively easy to find, right? It's literally the data in the middle. So 1 point from the 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So 9 comes in the middle. 9 is the middle observation point. So the median is 9. Got it? And what will be the mode? Now see, 3 appears twice and 18 also appears twice. So the mode will be 3 and 18. Okay, as of now, let's understand it as the most frequently appeared data is 3 and 18, because 3 is also twice and 18 is also twice. So mode of this data is 3 and 18. But later we'll see how to find again, how to calculate mode. Now from here, what we can see, if we have, let's say, even number of data, sorry, odd number of data points. So odd data points. How do we calculate the median? Median will be, let's say we have n number of data points. Okay, at n number of data points, so median will be n plus 1. We'll add 1 and divide it by 2. So 2th observation. Okay, so this will be for odd. And if we have even data points, even number of data points, let's write even number of data points, then and let's say there are total of n data points. Okay, so the median will be the n upon 2th observation. And because we have even number of data points, so there will be 2 medians. So n by 2 plus 1th observation. Okay, so if we have odd number of data points, we'll have only 1 median. Okay, if we have even number of data points, then we'll have 2 medians. Understood? Got it? Got it? Yeah, having doubt, anybody is, means if you have doubt, we can just go through it as of now. And how do we calculate mean? So let's write mean. Mean is just the arithmetic mean we are talking about right now here. So arithmetic mean will be represented by x bar, which is equal to 1 upon number of data points. Let's say n number of data points are there, and summation of all the data points. Okay, summation of the values of all the data points. So n number of data points. Understood? That's how we calculate arithmetic mean. Understood? Hopefully there is not much to be, not much to be done here. See, in upcoming classes, that means tomorrow and day after, we are going to study about deviation in this mean. Hopefully we can sum it up tomorrow itself. We can finish the chapter. There is not a very big chapter, this one is. And yeah, and so we'll calculate the deviation and deviation from the mean point. And again, we have, I don't know if it is there in your syllabus or not. Let me just check it. Okay, so mean, deviation. Okay, standard deviation, and okay, standard deviation is also there. All right, standard deviation, variance, of course. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to study about this variation. This, yeah. Okay, so tomorrow hopefully we can sum up this chapter. Okay, there is nothing much. These are just data points, and you have to solve problem in your own. Okay, I'll explain you. We'll try to solve some of the problems in class, but hopefully you'll be solving most of the problems by yourself. Okay, see, statistics is mostly about solving problems again, means writing data in tabular form. Okay, so that's what we are going to do from tomorrow's class. So maybe tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we can finish this chapter properly. Okay. So I'll stop the class here itself and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me now itself. Or if you have any doubt from previous chapter or any of the chapter, if you have any doubt.
No doubts.
Are you sure you don't have any doubt? All right. All right, then I'll end the class here. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.